Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're back in Middle Earth, and Miss Marcellene is now in Moria. Now, I have already picked up a couple of the opening quests in, what was it, Doran's Way, right? No, this isn't Doran's Way. Doran's Threshold. Wow, I got that one wrong, didn't I? So, first off, we need to go out here and plant a banner at the gravesite of the poor unfortunate dwarves that, well, died. And hopefully that didn't make a lot of noise. I just had to adjust the microphone. Now, where is... I forgot how far out this thing is. I guess they couldn't put the burial right by the door. They put it out here, I guess, where they died. Okay. Alright, we have honored the fallen dwarves. Hard to imagine that thing they fought was in there. Also suggests that this murky water here leads to inside Moria. So this stuff is either coming out of Moria or going into it. I am not 100% sure which. Did we go past the door yet? No, we didn't. Either way, we know there's plenty of water in Moria. I mean, there's a whole area called Waterworks, right? And I think, since we kind of relatively recently did this with Miss Medril, we probably won't be doing as much reading of quests as we usually do.
Durin's folk will defy Durin's bane!
So, thank you. That was a good deed. Thank you for honoring my stalwart friends. I hope they rest well inside of the halls of their forefathers. Now, over here, we need to help this guy because he has bed bugs. And we've taken care of the bed bugs.
Khazad's folk have not yet fully repaid for the crimes against us.
This is intolerable. Insects rustling around where I lay my head is quite unacceptable. It is not to be borne, I tell you. Alright, well, you're in Moria. You'll have to deal with much bigger bugs than that. Alright, and... oh, shoot. I just realized something. Oh my god. Oh, shoot. Kills, mounts, elk, horses. Oh! Really? We don't have a single goat on this Marcellene. There will be no hopping on our steed to get places faster, because there is no steed to hop upon. Well then, I think this is the first character ever that I haven't had some sort of goat entering Moria. Well, oops, we'll have to fix that at some point. For now, we're going to have to rely on our feet. Fortunately, I do know where things are. Unfortunately, this is a relatively easy quest to do. Okay, so...
Stay a moment. We will need your aid against the Orcs of Moria.
So we need to collect all blades. I think for the quest here, the general rule is, unless it is part of the epic quest chain, we'll probably not read it or just go over a quick overview of it, unless it's particularly interesting or funny. Then we'll read it. Now I need to find one more. Nope. So I feel like that should do it. There is our last gold blade. Of course, now we must reforge them. And what is her skills? None of them have anything to do with metalworking. So this would be probably some of the worst patch job ever. She wouldn't have the first clue what she's doing here. We need to do it, of course, 6 times. 1 for each blade. I can't believe I missed that whole, hey, you don't have a goat thing. Wonder when our next festival is. Should either be spring or anniversary. I'll have to see about getting her a nice goat then. Alright. Here you go, sir.
We will reclaim Khazad-dum for thine Ironfoot.
And he says this is fine work. If you say so. And if I remember right, I should be able to jump down from... Whoa, that's a very, 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 very steep fall. Alright, we're gonna go crack. Yep, that was a big crack. That was a big crack. Alright. But we got down here. Alright, I have helped everyone.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
So thank you for all you've done. We're certainly off to a better start.
Stand and speak with me. The fate of Khazad-dum hangs in the balance.
Alright, so now we'd like you to go find Tubi Thickfist at the top of the Great Stair just yonder. Basically, it's leading us to the Dolphin View. It's kind of a neat way of doing it. A lot of stairs. And they're not some skimpy stairs, they're actual stairs. Oh, hello, Mr. Bear. How are you today?
I'm not sure Khazad-dum can be restored. The Orcs have surely ruined it.
So, the tunnel unnerves him, some dwarves have gone missing.
What foul and nameless things we face in Moria, I know not.
We need to seek Dagfin and Shimmeldurg. Or Shimmeldurk. I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
Many foul things dwell in the depths of the mountains. I fear the Orcs will be the least of our troubles.
And he wants us to find the Chamber of Deep Thought, which I could have sworn was behind us, but maybe I was wrong. Well, we'll... No, it's not. I take that back. It is ahead of us. Okay, now I know where I'm at. I know, strange that I should have to reorient myself to Moria, but it has been a little bit since I've been in here. Let's see over here, we see a curious cocoon. We're going to check out the cocoon. And then we're going to play Exterminator. Alright, so we now have the Slayer deed for spiders. I've just defeated the spider. Now we can go this way First thing we're going to do is rescue this poor dwarf here. Although I didn't get a quest for him. Usually there's a quest to rescue him, and I didn't get it. Well, this is Schimmeldirk. Maybe we just say Schimmeldur, and the J is silent. I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know. And you.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dum.
Oh, you startled me. I'm sorry, I just cannot stop hunting. There must be treasure in this room, stowed away somewhere. My father gave me a map of this place, passed down from the time when the Longbeards inhabited Moria, and there were notes of great promise in this hall. I meant only to come and explore, but I cannot walk away when there's hope of buried treasure. So, we need to help him dig through promising debris, and we found nothing. And we found nothing. Once again, we found nothing. I feel like this was some sort of... Well, no, not living quarters, because there's not enough doors here. I don't know what this might have been. And nothing. So, we have found nothing. Excuse me.
These halls will be great once more.
You explained that you rooted through many corners but found nothing of promise. Perhaps it would be wiser for Arion to return to Doran's threshold. No, I cannot believe it. I've treasured that map all my life. I cannot accept that it would lead me here, only to find this hall empty. Dude, get over it. The hall is empty. There is nothing left here. Whatever was here was either taken with your ancestors when they fled, or taken by orcs and is now thoroughly defiled. That's just life. We'll cross over here. Why not? We'll take care of this guy again. I could have sworn there was an actual quest to rescue him, but I didn't see it when I talked to the guy.
Balin came, but we have heard no word from him.
That's bull. Just because he treasured a map for a lifetime does not mean that the map was ever going to be accurate. Schimmeldirk is likely as dry as a bone now. I hope he returns soon to take some rest.
Dark things dwell now in Moria.
Alas, a spider and nothing more? That is dire news. I have never even heard of a great spider that can glow translucent. I hope we do not discover any more of them. Alright, see what we got. Nope. Nope. Might-based armor. That probably wouldn't do me any good either, but we'll take it. Alright, so that is everything here. Now, since we don't have a goat, we're probably going to come back for some of these other quests later. We're just going to run our happy behinds to the Dolphin View. There's only a couple quests here, like going through this goblin camp down here, which actually we do end up, I think, doing later anyway. So it's not like I'm gonna miss those quests or anything. Oh, shut your mouth, you claw. Okay, I'm going the right way because there's the other entrance to that goblin camp. There's another dwarf hanging out, twiddling his thumbs. Is this the bridge I'm looking for? It should be. Oh yeah, and there's a whole mess of quests, other quests on the way, which we'll also come back to. There's quests for, is it the Great Palace? And we'll be taking them from these lovely gentlemen here. I just want to go ahead and grab the stable while I can. Hello, random person. I hope you're having fun. So it's actually relatively easy to find your way between Thorn's Threshold and the Dolphin View, which took me a couple years to figure out. So there's that. And there it is, the Dolphin View. And the good thing about getting the stable is now you can slow stable between the Threshold and Dolphin View.
These halls will be great once more.
Which is just slightly faster than running. Especially if you don't happen to have a goat yet, like I don't happen to have a goat yet. What's this? Oh, mission recruiter, that's for missions, alright. Miss Marcellene is not doing missions right now. These beds do not look particularly comfortable, nor do they look particularly clean. But I guess when you're in a place like this, after a long day, you're not going to care how dirty or clean your bed is. You just want some place that's softer than the ground to sleep on.
Dwarves must fight for dwarves.
Welcome to the Dolphin View, Marcellene. As you can see, the Iron Garrison is hard at work making everything ready for our resettlement of the mines. Speak to the people here and help them with their tasks. We must see to our safety before we can push any further into Khazad-dum. So, now we need to talk to... Apparently, I've already talked to Bent Sharp Eye. I just need to talk to Stilling, who is in the Deep Descent. I didn't realize I'd hopped ahead in that quest. Well, Stone Council. Actually, some very lovely stonework here. If this was real, it would be a national treasure wherever it was at. And actually, there's a lot of stuff in Moria that would fall under that category. Out of all the kingdoms, the elf, the human, the dwarf, I guess you could even say the hobbit, the dwarven kingdoms, their structures, their settlements, their works, there's just something quite majestic about them. Quite
The time has come to drive forth the Orcs from our kingdom.
grandiose, even. And I need to talk to you.
The Lords of Moria have returned!
I am glad you have come to the deep descent, Marcellene. A mariner such as you should be able to help my people with many of the tasks that need doing here among the Silvertine Lodes. We're particularly plagued by the goblins of Gamel-Philic. Now it says to talk to Bozy in the Chamber of the Crossroads. Yep, we got the stable here. Well, it would actually take us a minute to run over there. You know what? We might as well do it. I love how part of the way through this, the railings from the bridge just vanish. It's like, okay, I don't know what happened to that particular part. The rest of it seems in perfectly good condition. Oh, hello, random person. So, oh, more random people. Whoa, wrong way. Where are the stairs? Because that certainly wasn't it. That first step would have really been a doozy. And we'll come down here. We'll ignore any of the mobs unless, you know, we do get persistent aggro, then we'll take care of them. And we'll help this guy later. Right now, we just want to get from point A to B. And of course, we need to remember this place. Chamber of Knowledge. Very beautiful Art Deco style. And I will always remember that. Somebody said, if you want to remember the difference between Art Deco and Art Nouveau, Art Deco looks like it was made by dwarves. Art Nouveau looks like it was made by elves. And that really sucks. Okay. And turn this way. And then, of course, we're going to take a right before this giant hole here. Hello, dwarf. We'll go down these stairs. We have entered Doran's Way. And that's the remnants of one of those giant crystal lights. Over here. Go past the shattered statue. And, well, this is the Chamber of the Crossroads. Now, where is what's his name? Oh, first,
Dwarves
table.
must fight for dwarves. The time has come to drive forth the Orcs from our kingdom.
I have need of your great skill.
Welcome, Marcellene, to the Chamber of the Crossroads. This shall be my command center for a time as we establish our presence here in Moria. We will busy ourselves with making ready to restore the mines and cities beneath the mountains. I will never forget the great deeds you have done on behalf of the Iron Garrison, and I eagerly await tales of your future achievements. I am ever at your service, and may your feet lead you well into the darkness of Khazad-dum and beyond.
We must be cautious. Dwarves have not lived here for long years.
We have established a presence within Moria, and will stage further excursions into the depths from this room, the Chamber of the Crossroads. This once served as a guard room for watching the 3 passages just to the south, but has been empty for many long years. Many creatures have thrived in the darkness during the long absence of dwarves, especially the Gredfig, fierce and loathsome insects spawned from the deep. Seek out all varieties of Gredfig in the western levels, to the south and west of this chamber, and eliminate them. This will be the first small step in reclaiming the great delving for my people. There is much to be done before true progress is to be made. Alright, and I think the Gredfig...
The time has come to drive forth the Orcs from our kingdom.
We'll take a slow ride back. The Gredfig in the Palace of Nain will count for this. And since we will have to backtrack and do some quests that way, well, that works. Of course, we have to backtrack a little further and take care of a goblin camp, but I think we're going to go there anyway for some other epic quests. I'm not 100% certain about that one. I will have to think about that. If we don't, we'll go back and get them done real quick. They're easy. If we do, then I'll save myself having to have backtracked. Alright, this is the Palace of Nain. This side we have a lot of cave claws. And we are deposited back at the Dolphin View. So next time we will backtrack to that little dwarf encampment that had a couple of rings, and we'll help them out. Until then, bye for now.